Hi, I'm Sensei Johnston. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a certain kind of technique or concept that you can look at for a student's progression that, whether this is for yourself or for a child, you can look at and try and identify if you're making this progress or if you still need some work. Okay? So in the beginning in our classes, what we do is we start to teach upper body techniques first, and that can be punching, blocking, right? Different kinds of strikes, elbows, and different techniques with the upper body. Then after a few belts, what we do is we start to teach lower body techniques as well, where it's not just standing in one spot, but now you're in a stance and you're moving across the floor. And you might have seen that with your traditional forward leaning stance or hourglass stance, but you're stepping forwards and you're doing a combination. You're doing a lower body technique and an upper body technique at the same time. So start with upper body techniques, then we have lower body techniques, combining them together. As you go through your training, what we want to see is your ability to transfer power from the lower side of the body to the upper side of the body, and there needs to be a connection through. And sometimes with students, they're maybe on paper, they look like they're doing the technique properly, but they're not actually transferring the power from the lower side of the body to the upper side of the body to produce the result of gaining power in their strike, right? A typical example of this would be, let's say I'm in a forward leaning stance and I'm punching. You might see the student have like an off timing where they're stepping with the lower side of their body and then their punch comes after, right? As you get higher and higher up, even if I do this technique fast, it might look correct, but if the timing is off, right, then it's not correct, right? Let me show it from this angle. If I do step and my punch is delayed, right, it might look strong, but there's no transition of power from my lower body to the upper body. Same with reverse punch. If I'm in this position and I'm just throwing a reverse punch, I need to turn my hips, right? And my punch needs to come out so that I'm pushing off the ground. I'm using the rotation of the hips to throw the shoulder and elbow forwards so that I can have power. And oftentimes you'll see when we're doing block punch combinations, people will throw their hips and you'll see that off timing. It'll be 1, 2. Oh, that's not right. 1. When I do it like that, my power is stopped. My momentum, my energy just came to a stop and none of it transfers through. Now, this might seem like a basic concept, but at the intermediate and advanced higher level belts, our techniques that we're learning get more and more complicated, and we need to see that development in the technique as you're going through. In the beginning, it's totally normal. This is all new stuff. This is why we teach things separately in the beginning. Upper body techniques, lower body techniques, start to combine them together, right? But I've even seen black belts who haven't figured out how to transfer that power from the lower body to the upper body in their technique, right? And maybe on paper, they're doing a hip rotation, but the power isn't flowing through to produce the result. This is something you can check out in your own training. I highly recommend videotaping yourself to see if this is something that you're doing or not. If you're not sure, ask your instructors and they can help you out.